The year is 1892 in some place in South Africa, I think. A young boy is born to a poor African woman of some sort of European descent. I'm not really sure what specifically. This boy would grow up to be famous for centuries to come. From humble beginnings, he would rise above the poverty line and die living like a less animated Scrooge McDuck. This boy's name was John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, or better known to the world as J.R.R. Tolkien. At the age of, I think, 5, he left his homeland of wherever and went somewhere new. While he was there, he learned a lot of things and did some other stuff too. He wrote stuff. He read a lot of books as well. He did a lot while he was in that place, but soon he took what he learned from there and migrated to Britain. He met a woman and they liked each other enough to date for a while. So they did that until they didn't feel like doing it anymore. But they didn't break up though. They got married. I don't know when that was or where, but I know they did it. Well, anyway, one day John took way too much acid and had this crazy dream that he was a midget on some quest to drop his engagement ring into a big volcano. I think it had something to do with his deep-seated fears of commitment. There were all his aunts and uncles who had their wedding rings. They made a club of married people and they liked being married, but it also brought a lot of sadness and stuff to their lives. The men lived like kings at first, but the weight of their ring turned them into shadows of themselves. So his grandfather showed up to warn him about all this and told him he needs to get rid of the ring before it's too late. So he walked a really long way to get to the volcano, which represented the fire of lust and passion that led to his engagement, I'm pretty sure. And he threw the ring into the fire to undo his decision to get married so he could go home and be a bachelor until he grew out of his dwarfism and became a man like his uncles. He woke up from his acid trip and wrote all of this down in a diary, and some guy found it years later and thought it was cool, so he printed it up in a bunch of books, but had to change the name of the author. That guy wasn't creative at all, so he just abbreviated John's name and called it a day. Then John found the guy who did that and beat him up real bad and took credit for the guy's book. What a dick. John ended up dying eventually, having taken credit for that other guy's hard work. He had kids, I think, so that's cool. I don't know where they are now. I guess they're probably dead too. They're either dead or like really old. It might have been his son who made some movies based off of his acid coma. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm right about that. If you learned something, please like and subscribe for more insightful history lessons. New videos every weekday, so there's no excuse to not learn something new every day.